Welcome, welcome, everyone. I am doing a video today working with my new tarot deck called the Grail Tarot. And I was mentioning I was going to bring it out, and especially with the resurrection of Easter Jesus here, the crucifixion and resurrection Jesus, with Easter coming next weekend. I definitely wanted to bring out this new Grail Tarot, and it obviously has to do with the Holy Grail, okay? The story of the Grail is one of the most famous ever told, and so that's what it's about, the Templars, and and their love for Mother Mary. They devoted themselves to her and Jesus, so here we are. And the fascinating thing about this deck is it's all one huge mural. Every card, attaches to the next card. So whoever painted this, my Lord, I got to give him some love and shine about that. But so I have the major arcana here. I'm working only with the major arcana. I'm only going to pull 3 cards right now. But the whole deck, the 78 cards, they all wrap into one huge mural. One huge mural. If I had a place to lay out all 78 cards, you'd see one huge mural. But the fascinating thing that I do enjoy, or that I wanted to make aware, is that the magician is the Gnostic Christ himself, okay? And the high priestess is Mary Magdalene. And we have Sheba as the priestess, and Solomon as the emperor. Sheba as the empress, Solomon as the emperor. And it continues, and it's just very fascinating, okay? And it just all wraps and wraps and wraps. And once we get into it, you'll recognize some of the players in here, too. If you're into, the King Arthur and his realm there, too. Now, the other fascinating thing about this deck is that because the Templars were so devoted to Mother Mary, this deck begins with the Lady card, okay? The minor arcanas begin with the Lady card. And it begins first with the stones, Lady of the Stones, which is pentacles, gems, diamonds. And so this is the Queen of Stones, the Queen of Pentacles. And this is Mother Mary as a young girl. In this image, I think it read she's like 15, and she's weaving in the convent, or where she was being taught by the priests and priestesses. And she was the weaver, and her colors were purple and scarlet, which were considered the royal colors. So they already knew when she came there that she was special, okay? And then the next suit, minor arcana suit, is the swords, the spades, okay? And so we have the Queen of Swords. She's the Lady of the Swords here, and she's holding baby Jesus. So now she's a little older, but she's holding baby Jesus here. Now the next image shows her with, she's here, the Lady of Lances, which is also the staffs, the clubs, the spirit realm, and here she is holding her beloved son after his crucifixion, okay? And then we come to the Lady of Vessels, which is the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Hearts, and this is our emotional side, and here she is at her Assumption when the angels have come to take her to heaven, okay? So we can see there's a lot of, people, I'm not into religion, but obviously a lot of emphasis on Christ, Mother Mary, and obviously the Magdalene, as they call her, as high priestess. She's very much up there. Okay, and I did bring out the Wisdom of Mary Magdalene, so I'm just going to pick one from her like I do with Lady Isis. So now I'm just going to turn the cards around. We'll pick 3, okay? Pick 3, and then one from Mary Magdalene. I keep saying Mother Mary, but and so yes, I found this deck. I went to a metaphysical store, and really I didn't I didn't even know this deck existed. I've never heard of this deck, never even saw it in some things that I research on. I've never witnessed this deck, but physically the deck was there in this metaphysical store, and I gravitated to it, okay? I was interested, and now that I took it home and I find out it's all about Jesus and Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene, and I feel that this is where it's going. I really feel Jesus is here. He's in spiritual warrior mode. He is ready to teach, okay, what we have to do to defeat the darkness. And mainly, when we follow the Grail, it's the story about finding that divine sacredness, okay, the divine, that we search for the divine and the sacred, atonement at one with the divine. That's pretty much the message of the Holy Grail, but that can take us forever. I mean, some of us, we follow these kind of readings and we believe and we pray, but there can be days that we get lost. Okay, so that's what we're trying to do, not get lost. We keep going on the journey, okay? Because oopie, I'm sorry. Oop, wait a minute, we don't want to burn the little thing. Okay, this is a journey, but that's why we stay positive, okay? All right, so and I have prayed because this is the first time I'm working with this deck, so I hope that the messages are positive and whatever comes through, it's lessons learned. All right, and I hope that this video comes okay, because I did it once before already, but I hadn't deleted my other vids, so it stopped me off. So I've deleted the videos now from this camera phone, so hopefully it'll give me enough time to. Okay, we have 3 cards here. It'll allow me to finish this video. Okay, so now we have the first card come through. Oh, and we have the Shekinah. Okay, now, the Shekinah. I'm not very familiar with this personality, but we can read a little bit about her. But this is 11, the Justice card, okay? But I know she's important. So let me come back to read her because I personally am not familiar. Well, looky who come through here. Devil always in the detail, isn't he? Yeah, he is. Well, we have to read a little bit about him. You know, we know the devil has some wisdom. No doubt about it. Okay, because none of this would have been going on without him, honestly. This is what the journey's for, to find the sacred. Not to follow this, but let's see. And then we have the lovers have come through. Number 6, the 2 knights of the temple. Interested. Okay, so we have justice, the devil, and we have the lovers. Wow, what a setup here. So let me see what Shekinah has to say. And then we'll just read a little bit of each and the description of Shekinah. Okay. The Grail Secret walks alone in a desolate part of the landscape, but behind him, unseen, stands a woman clad in a dark blue robe, a veil over her head. On the robe, stars are emblazoned. A faint glow surrounds her. Further ahead, on the seeker's lonely road, we catch a glimpse of a ruined castle. Okay, well, oh, there it is. Okay, we catch a glimpse. Okay, so there's a message there. And then the Grail question for this card. Let me put it over here. The Grail question for this card. What or who supports you? And the meaning. The traditional meanings for this card embody equilibrium, balance, and the wisdom of living in harmony with the universe. It is also about getting in touch with your own innate wisdom, your ability to see clearly in the midst of any undertaking. In terms of the Grail quest, it indicates the necessity of being able to follow a path of balanced understanding and clarity. Do not allow yourself to be swayed by enticements that could deflect you from your chosen way. Look to the wisdom of your conscience. The presence of divine wisdom in any reading supports clear thinking and the discipline necessary to overcome obstacles and find a way to reconcile difficulties and come to terms with whatever causes oppression. And the key words: justice, vindication, balanced reaction, clarity of motive, honest relationships. Okay, well then let's see what Lucifer has to say. And Lucifer, and the description: an angelic and beautiful form, seeming mostly made of light and surrounded by flames, falls from the sky not far from the Grail city of Saras. In his hands, which are stretched out before him like a diver, he holds a flaming sword. The light is beginning to fade over the landscape. The Grail question: what holds you back? Meaning: the traditional associations of this card include selfishness, destruction, disharmony, and rage. But once again, the vision of the Grail presents another side. Here, the central idea is of transformation, of the breaking down of old sterile forms and their replacement with dynamic, energized ideas that can serve to encourage and drive the seeker onward. The presence of this card in the reading implies a determination to face up to stagnation and self-limitation. Accept the challenge to break out of the normal mode of being and reassert yourself in a new and empowered way. And the key words: challenges, anger, inflexibility, unconscious fears, creative potential. You see, there's wisdom in Lucifer too. And then the lovers. Let's see what the lovers bring us forward. Okay, the two knights of the temple. Okay, the two knights of the temple. Description: beyond the walled courtyard of Solomon's temple, two Templar knights ride off on a single horse. The knight behind reaches forward and places his hand over the heart of his brother. They are riding beside the sea on which the Grail vessel will sail to Saras. Okay. And the meaning, or the Grail question: with whom or what do you share your life? The meaning of this card is twofold. On the one hand, it has to do with affection, attraction, and the immense variety of love expressed by human beings for each other. On the other hand, it carries the meaning of test and trial, from which come balance and ultimately trust. Just as the Templar Brotherhood learned to share their worldly goods, so they also learned to rely on each other in the most desperate of circumstances. The meaning at the heart of this card is therefore the divine union of spirit with flesh, of desire with purpose, and the inner truth that lies at the heart of all human relationships. And the key meanings, the key words: spiritual love, human love, trust, vision, fulfillment of desire. Okay, well, we had some heavy players here, no doubt. But it's all about tapping that divine sacredness. Okay, that's what it is. And let us come to the wisdom of Mary Magdalene herself here. And I shall just pick one card to close this reading. Okay, so again, they're all saying we all have to go within. It's about going within, searching that soul of yours. What is it that you truly are? What trust it. Here, let's do this one. And we have wisdom, the apostle. And here back in the day, what did I write? This was my 5th pick from this deck. Jesus said to Mary, "Cast this sadness away from you and do this service. Be a messenger for me to these wandering orphans." Lovely. And she was, and she is. Okay, so let me go to the little book here, and we will read the wisdom card number 5 for Mother Mary. And it is the apostle. Wisdom. As you journey, communicate the wisdom of this card. As you journey, communicate the truth to everyone around you, to those who are searching for a deeper spiritual reality, but don't know where to find it. This life of service casts away sadness because you have to get out of yourself in order to help others. In leaving the preoccupation with your ego, you transcend your small self and become the messenger of God. Wow. Well, that's what it is, my friends. We got to keep working it and keep doing it. Let me continue here. The commentary. The image of glistening with a cosmic aura, a whirlwind of direct connection to the light above. There is an awareness that these lives have discovered the divine conduit to God, their own higher consciousness. All else has faded into the background. Nothing else matters. They have seen the truth in becoming reborn. The Crucifixion of Mary Magdalene by Richard Hooper states, he or she who seeks and finds becomes an entirely new person with a new ability to perceive all of reality as it truly is. In religions of the East, finding the kingdom is tantamount to becoming enlightened, in quotes, enlightened. The persons depicted here have found their own kingdom as evidenced by their ecstatic looks of peace and happiness. They have found a way to serve God and the God within themselves. You might say that this is a lucky card because it is encased in love and good fortune. Everything returns to gold because the blessing is coming through them, and so to you. The crystalline beings above are approaching from a higher place, wisdom and around you, shining their munificence upon you. This is also an image of gratitude, of thankfulness for seeing the way and finding enlightenment. When you are grateful, you're very open and loving to the whole universe. You are in service and satisfied with your place in life, knowing that every thought and step has been inspired by divine guidance. This woman's arms are open wide to receive. She knows the secret to blissful love and wants to share it with you. The beauteous nature of this celestial picture is requesting that you take time to recognize all the abundance of people and things in your life. For without your past and all those in it, there is no present for you to be thankful. Make yourself consciously aware of the abundance in your life. When you are thankful and mindful and in service to others, the true rewards of self-love and love for others will surround your body with a golden glow which leads to your own kingdom of heaven. Okay, my dears. Well, thank you for watching. And yes, let's take that atonement, believe in yourselves, love thy neighbors as much as you can, and mainly love thyself, the self-love. When you love yourself, it's so easy to exude that energy and share it and with others, even with a smile. Okay? Love to you all, my friends, and I will talk to you soon. Take care. Have a wonderful day.